So today we'll be looking at some additional problems from Module 13. The first problem we're going to look at is this trinomial times a trinomial. And so what we're going to do here is we have to first multiply the first term. The first term on the trinomial on the left. So 2t squared. This is going to multiply the 2t squared, and then the 2t, and then the negative 1. Okay, so we got 2t squared times 2t squared will be 4t to the fourth, just like I have in the work here, which is good. 2t squared times 2t. Now here we got to remember that the t carries an exponent of 1. Even though it's not there, we have to remember that there's an invisible 1 there. So when we multiply 2t squared times 2t to the first, 2 times 2 is 4. T squared times t would be t cubed. And then 2t squared times negative 1 will be negative 2t squared. Okay, next up will be the middle term, the negative t. So negative t is going to multiply every term in the second parentheses. So negative t times 2t squared. So again, remember the negative t carries an exponent of 1. So negative t times 2t squared will be a negative 2. And then t times t squared will be t to the third. Okay, negative t times 2t, that would be negative 2t squared, so that's correct. And then negative t times negative 1, negative times negative will be a positive t. And then we finish off the last step. We have a negative 2. And negative 2 will multiply everything in the second parentheses. So negative 2 times 2t squared will be negative 4t squared. Negative 2 times 2t will be negative 4t. And negative 2 times negative 1 will be a positive 2. Negative times negative is positive. Okay, and then we combine like terms. 4t to the fourth. A positive 4 and negative 2, that will be a positive 2t to the third. Negative 2 is negative 4, and a negative 4 is a negative 8. And a plus 1 and a minus 4, that will be a minus 3t. And a plus 2. Okay, so this will be the final answer. And that would be it. Let's take a look at our next problem. 13.6 question 10. This is actually done correctly. Okay, so the idea was very similar. A little bit longer, obviously, with this polynomial on the right. But first you distribute the 3x to everything. Then you distribute the negative 3 to everything. This was done correctly. You just add straight down and you end up with the final answer. So this was good. Let's take a look at question 11. So they say if f of x is equal to 4x and g of x is equal to 2x minus 3, find fg in parentheses and then parentheses x. Well, fg just means take f and multiply times g. And all the x is doing here is saying that these guys are in terms of x. These are all functions of x. Okay, and they're functions of x anyway. Okay, so basically we're going to be doing f of x times g of x. Okay, so basically it's this. F of x is 4x, and we're going to be multiplying by 2x minus 3. So we can put the 2x minus 3 in parentheses, and we're multiplying one function times the other function. Okay, so this will turn into a distributive property. So we have 4x times 2x, which is 8x squared, and then 4x times negative 3, which is negative 12x. And then this will be it. This will be the final answer. Let's take a look at question 14 from 13.7. Okay, so correct. So you have 2x minus 5 squared. You're going to write the 2x minus 5 twice, and then you're going to FOIL. So the 2x times 2x is 4x squared. That's correct. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x. Then you have negative 5x times 2x, which is negative 10x. And negative 5 times negative 5, this will be a plus 25. So just remember, negative times negative is a positive. Okay, and then, so you have the 4x squared. Now be careful here, the negative 10x and the negative 10x, when you combine them, they're not going to cancel. Negative 10 minus 10 will be a negative 20x. And then you'll have the plus 25. Okay. So just be careful with the combining at the end, and negative times negative. Alright, and then question 16 in 13.7, find the square. So the f minus g squared, similar to the last problem, you want to write this twice. So you'll have f minus g times f minus g, and now you'll FOIL it. Okay, so you'll do f times f, which is f squared, f times negative g, which is negative fg, negative g times f, which is negative fg. Remember, gf would be the same as fg, right? 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. Multiplication is commutative. And then finally, negative g times negative g. Negative times negative is a positive. G times g would be g squared. Okay. We would combine like terms. Remember, in front here, these would be like negative 1s. So we would have f squared. Negative 1 minus 1 will be negative 2. Fg plus g squared. Okay, and then that would be the final answer. Alright, if there's any questions, just let me know. Write me an email. And that's it. Have a good day. We'll see you guys soon.